We got a new big Assassin's Creed Shadows update that adds some really cool new finishers, although not all of them are new. We also got new free weapons, some secret additions Ubisoft did not tell us about, but let's start with the new Rift mission. I thought it was surprisingly fun, but I did hear that some people had issues with it. So for this you need to have done the first post-launch rift called Chained, then the Lost and Found will pop up on your objective board. So simply go to the location to do the activity. There's a bit more freedom this time in how you want to approach combat situations. So with either Nawe or Yasuke, there are areas that force you back to the regular avatar, letting you instantly die if you get hit. And this was a surprisingly fun mechanic during the boss fight, and that boss had some pretty cool abilities. So thumbs up for me. I had no bugs, but I did see comments saying they could not leave the arena or progress. So let me know if this mission worked for you in the comments. If you are able to complete it, you get two very cool new weapons. A glowing bow staff and a glowing cannonbow. The bow staff gives 25% crit chance, but 25% chance to damage yourself, which is sadly not that great, as if you attack fast, your health can go down rapidly. And I don't know why, the cannonbow gives 75% crit chance instead of the 25%, and Yasuke can also heal himself thanks to skills, so you won't really notice the damage you take, so his cannonbow is way better. But there are more free items to earn. I want to look at the finishers, the secret changes, so leave a like, that would really help me out, and subscribe for everything on Assassin's Creed if you haven't already. But first, the sponsor of this video, one of the best action role-playing games of 2025, Path of Exile 2, that constantly gets brand new free content updates. They just added the really cool druid class that can turn into a bear, a wolf, but also a wyvern to set your enemies on fire. So in Path of Exile you choose one of the now 8 classes, play through the story campaign, fight many bosses, you get a ton of loot, and then you will eventually reach the end game where way more content is waiting for you. You can also start fresh in the brand new Fate of Fall League. Here you end up going into a temple that you can modify yourself to in the end reach the boss. You can do everything solo, but also in co-op, with the console versions even including 2-player couch co-op, and there's way more content coming in the full release, including 4 extra classes. So totally check out and download Path of Exile 2 right now via the special link in the video description. That would really support the channel as well. And now let's get back into it. Yes, maybe while playing you've already noticed the brand new finishers. There are 3 new ones for the katana for both Nawe and Yasuke that in particular look awesome. Like, we've not seen these before in previous games, but they did actually bring a lot of Origins finishers over that were also used in Odyssey. Like the cannonbow has 2 from the heavy blunt weapons from those previous RPGs, but also a brand new one. The new Naginata finisher is from the spear, although interestingly, one spear finisher from Origins and Odyssey is now a katana finisher for Yasuke. The Tanto has a really cool finisher from the daggers from Origins and Odyssey, but also a brand new one. Now I don't mind having these Origins and Odyssey finishers into the mix because it does create more variety, but I do think it would be good if the game did a better job at mixing the finishers up, because when trying to trigger these finishers, especially like for the katana with Nawe, I still got the same one over and over again. So it would be nice if they knew, okay, you just had this one, we're not gonna show you that for the next finisher. And yes, there are no new finishers for the bow staff, which is not really strange because that weapon already had a ton of finishers, but there are also no new finishers for the Kusarigama, and that in particular is very unfortunate. We do have a brand new project with a pretty cool outfit for Nawe and a bow staff, which actually the first reward from the project, meaning that after unlocking the Animus Hub in an early game save, and you unlock that by following the main story, you can already access this brand new weapon type for Nawe by simply doing one anomaly mission. And the weapon is pretty good too, as if you play around the perfect flow skill, you can disrupt enemies, stunning them for quite a long time, and it looks pretty awesome too. We of course have to wait before we can access the other rewards, but the perk on the hat could be really nice, while the chest perk is pretty bad. You of course also get new mastery points, knowledge points and keys in the project, and you can now, by the way, spend these keys on resources every day, either gold, mastery points or knowledge points. I think it's smarter to save your keys for the actual Helix items when they appear, but I, for science, tried this feature out and it's unlimited. So if you see, for example, now knowledge points, want to get them, you can just continuously spend keys and get the 2 knowledge points. There are 2 new Helix items that will be worth getting in the exchange in the future, but the rest of the new pack is not that great. I will touch on it in a moment. First, a secret edition. 2 brand new Afflictions, Fire and Frost, have been added. You can also see them in the codex. So Fire still deals damage over time, but new is that when the effect wears off, it will create a circle of fire that will then instantly set nearby enemies on fire. So it's really great for AoE, as you can easily have the whole group take damage over time. Frost, as you expect, slows the enemy down significantly, so ranged targets take way longer to fire, and other enemies do their attacks also way slower, so you can easily dodge out of the way. I'd only have to try it more, but so far Frost is really nice against high health targets, especially on the Nightmare difficulty, where one hit can almost kill you. So overall, a really impactful secret change to out of nowhere add 2 brand new Afflictions. So to be able to use it, you need to go after these chests, because they can give you engravings, including engravings that add either fire or frost to your melee weapon. Like if you then engrave it on any weapon that already has an Affliction buildup, that buildup will then switch to frost or fire depending on the engraving. There is a bug now though, where every weapon suddenly changes its buildup to frost in this case, if you have a weapon with the frost engraving equipped, but this does not mean that all these weapons suddenly have the frost buildup, as when you then use them, they simply do their standard Affliction. So the new Helix pack plays around these new Afflictions. Naue gets a fire set, where if you parry, you spread fire to surrounding enemies, but you catch fire yourself as well, so also take damage over time. While you are on fire, you will deal increased damage, but really this armor is not that great. No, the fire bow staff is wild though, as you can trigger these flame circles yourself by doing a posture attack against enemies who are on fire. So then, way more enemies can burn way more quickly. You just constantly have a group of enemies on fire. Yasuke's armor set is, as you can guess, all about frost. I think it looks insane, but sadly the perks on the armor set are not that great. Parry to send an ice shard to a nearby enemy, but you also become frozen, which is far from ideal. Yeah, now you are slowed down yourself, which can easily cause you to die on a higher difficulty. Now the weapon is once again insane though, because with a posture attack on a frozen enemy, you can send out an ice shard to nearby targets. These ice shards also deal damage, instantly make that target frost, so it also takes longer for them to reach you. So you can basically use a powerful frozen enemy as your new ranged weapon and take out faraway targets from range that way. Also quite fun is that the light posture attack from the katana counts as 2 attacks, because you first kick and then do the slash, so that means that 2 ice shards appear. Totally worth keeping an eye on these when they appear at the exchange. I will of course keep you posted here. So yeah, while Naue has the Fire Helix set, Yasuke the Frost Helix set. With the engravings you can still use Fire with Yasuke and Frost with Naue. And I would argue that you can make an even better build that way, because the Helix armor is again not very strong. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Check out Path of Exile 2 in the pinned comment, because that really helps me out. Subscribe, leave a like, and I will speak to you soon. Goodbye.